So speaking part one, happiness. Do you think money can make people happy?
Frankly speaking, I would say that it's not so much that money makes people happy. It's more about that money can help to solve some problems that would otherwise lower our happiness. So having a certain amount of money helps take this teen out of our adversities.
Okay. You could also say money can create the perfect breeding grounds for happiness. That would be a nice expression here. Okay. How would you define happiness?
Well, I suppose happiness plays a central role in people's life. It's the ultimate goal of human actions because everything people do, like pursuing goals or trying not with someone, is to achieve happiness.
Okay. I have a question. That's not from IELTS, but maybe this will be an idea that you can include in your answer at the exam if you have this topic. One psychologist offered a formula of happiness, and this formula was what you have divided by what you want, well, and multiplied by 100%. So, do you think this formula of happiness is true?
Mm,
Do you
I would.
understand the formula?
What?
Do you understand the formula?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with this or not, and why?
Mm, uh, from my point of view, I would say uh, I partly agree uh, because uh, happiness is just a feeling as a sadness, for instance, and it cannot uh, last so long. Uh, so
Okay. Right. I had a student who was a mathematician, and he said, "What you have strives for zero, and what you want strives for endlessness."
mm,
Okay. Right. In this case, happiness is never achieved, but you can say whatever you want. And right. So, what kinds of things make people in your country happy?
mm, generally speaking, I would assume that most people's happiness is driven by not only strong economic growth, healthy life expectancy, but also quality social relationships and the freedom to live and work as they prefer.
Okay. So, are people in your country happier now than they were 30 years ago?
Mm, in truth, people 30 years ago were different, so they defined happiness in various manners. Thus, for current generation, happiness may consist in achieving a helicopter career, famous, or just respect among peers.
Okay, right. You could also mention something like the fact that it's the current generation.
Yeah.
Well, yes, so
Mhm.
uh, now people are offered a great variety of entertainment and sport, or yes, oh, yeah, something like this. Now, why do some people say that happiness never lasts long?
Um, well, it's because happiness and, for instance, sadness, the emotions, and they constantly evolving and moving up and down in our lives. So there is no happiness without a little sadness every once in a while.
Okay. on top of that, people get used to happiness rather fast, quite quickly, and they start striving for more. That's maybe another idea that can be mentioned. What do you do when you feel unhappy?
To be honest, if something or somebody lets me down, I often try to listen to uplifting music or walk alone in a peaceful place. And if this all doesn't work, then I share my feelings. I try to share my feelings with close friends.
Okay. Right. You can also say, I try to change my underlying negative emotions, or I do my utmost to move on. Something like this. Okay. So what about part 2? Which topic?
Describe a thing you bought and felt pleased about it.
Okay. A thing you bought and felt pleased about it. Okay. So describe a thing you bought and felt pleased about it. You should say what it was, where you bought it, how it was used, and explain why it made you happy.
Well, being an avid fan of buying new things, it must have been a few months ago when I decided to purchase wireless headphones. I thought for a long time to buy them, but all came down to the exorbitant price. Once, by chance, I saw an online offer from one shop and I went to check it. When I saw headphones for the first time, I felt immediately in love with them, not only with their affordable price, but with other merits. So there are a plethora of benefits why they were worth buying. First of all, color. They were selling in 3 colors, but I opted for white because they looked more stylish and noticeable. Second feature, which I found really useful for me, is an active noise cancellation, thus making them ideal for busy environments, let's say such as work, streets, just name a few. By reducing unwanted and disturbing sounds. In addition, they provide the wireless charging and can hold up to 38 hours battery. What I like most about them is the ample possibility in making calls, whether by activating one or both earphones simultaneously. Given the fact that I spend quite a lot of time at work, such desired item comes in handy. When I want to focus on my major tasks and do not be distracted by trifles, yes, by trifles. Overall, such a hot selling item is a good value for money.
Okay, so when you describe how happy you were, you could say I was on cloud 9, I was on seventh heaven. You can use some idiomatic expression. So then you can call this thing you bought, you can call it a desired item. And when you were talking about high price, you could have mentioned that prices for this thing are extortionate or exorbitant. They cost a pretty penny, and I wasn't ready to shell out. I might even call this daylight robbery, so something like this. All right, very nice. And also try to make your intonation more natural, because it's like boom, boom, boom all the time.
Yes, I
So you
am
can listen to
trying.
the recording after this and just be more emotional. To try to enjoy it. This is a speaking test. It's like a holiday. It's like a
Yes,
celebration.
it's just 270 euro one attempt.
Oh, of course. So try to enjoy. Try to get the best of it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So part 3 questions related to this. How often do people in your country go shopping?
Mm, well, I would say it all comes down to people's preferences. So some of them, they can do it quite often, while others, they try not to spend much, just keep them
Okay.
the money safe.
So is shopping popular in your country?
I would say it's not only about our country, but in general, shopping is quite popular because people, as long as they have money, they try to purchase some new things, items, or they just they just want to hang out with friends or other people, and also spend money buying for presents and so on.
Okay. So if you want to paraphrase popular, you can either use a collocation like hugely popular. These two words are not advanced, but together that's an advanced collocation. Or you could just say it enjoys great popularity. Okay, so what kinds of places are popular for shopping in your country?
I would say places like shopping malls or brick and mortar stores, quite famous for attracting people and
Okay, so
and
why is online shopping so popular these days?
I would say because it's quite easy, and it's not only easy but also quite a convenient way to purchase, to buy something and without going and spending time or wasting time just going around and looking for something.
Okay, instead of easy, you can say it's a piece of cake. But here, maybe it's even better to say you can do something. You can compare prices, for example, with a click of a mouse. And
Yes.
it's like a metaphor for saying easy. Or you can do shopping round the clock, right? And but you can also say, however, I try to stay away from it because not only is the refund policy unclear to me, but I'm also afraid of buying a pig in a poke. To buy a pig in a poke is buy something that you don't know. And or you could also, for grammatical range, you can say, I hate or I can't stand not being able, it's like negative gerund, not being able to try things on. I hate or I can't stand not being able to try things on. So that's also quite impressive in terms of grammar. Okay. Do you think online shopping will replace shopping in reality?
Frankly speaking, I would say that the development of new technology, of course, will go further and further, and people will try to purchase, to buy more and do more offline shopping rather than traditional shopping. But I wouldn't say that traditional shopping will disappear in the nearest future.
Okay. If an examiner asks you something about the future, you can use this phrase. I'm adamant that in years to come we are bound to see a plethora of changes related to this. But you say, however, Well, and then you can say the shops are unlikely to join the ranks of clay tablets or gramophone records. So it means they will not disappear. Or they will disappear, whatever you want to say. Right. So then, why do you think women like to buy bags?
I would say that it all comes down to women's nature, and I would say every second woman try to indulge and pump herself and buy some luxurious things, and especially they tend to buy bags because they're convenient. They can put all stuff what they have inside the bag.
Okay. Here you can also use this expression, it enables them to stand out from the crowd, or bags have become a unique outward statement of a woman's status, fashion savvy, and earning power. Okay. So is a backpack practical in life?
I would say definitely yes, because even I have a backpack, and for me it's more convenient, and it's not only about the convenience, but you can also have a free hands that sometimes it's quite useful, and you don't need to carry and pull and stretch and pull your hands. You just put all your things which you need inside the bag, and it's easy to go whenever you want.
Okay, right. So
Как сказать,
you can also say
оттягивать руки, я не знаю, растягивать,
stretch.
stretch.
Stretch out your hands. Yes, you can also say that a backpack can serve as a carry-all bag. So carry-all, that will be a compound adjective. You need to use at least one compound adjective. Or you could say it gives people a hands-free experience.
Yes.
Or then yes, not only is it, I think you said it is not only convenient, but it's better to use inversion here. Not only is it convenient, but it's also practical or something like this. All right, so it minimizes the chance of items falling out and prevents sticky fingers from reaching in for valuables. That's just how you can, or you can hold all necessities for the day, all the necessities for the day. Okay, so why are some people willing to buy expensive bags?
Here I would say that some people, they want to stand out from the crowd, and they want to show off themselves, and that's why they prefer to buy luxurious clean things, brand things. Just
Right. So you can say to show off is the desire to parade their affluence, means wealth, or it's a subconscious desire to humiliate others, right? Or you can say it's an expensive bag is a status symbol or a symbol of success, or you could say or indicator of success. It helps to boost their self-esteem.
Yes.
You can use this expression in many topics. Or they equate price with value. They equate price with value. Okay. So do you think men and women have the same shopping habits?
I would say no, because women, they try to spend maybe all the day just looking for some dress or um, accessorizes, and they more impulsive in this way, while men, they don't mm, pay attention to exclusivity mostly, or they can easily go and grab the first thing that they see, and they will be satisfied with that.
Okay. So when you mention that women are impulsive, that's a good word. You can also say, which means that they are more susceptible to emotional appeals than men. And you can also say that instead of I think no, you can say I'm leaning towards a negative answer.
Uh,
And you can say women are likely to seek out bargains.
mm,
Have you ever had bad shopping experience?
mm, well, I would say um, yes, when you try um, to find something for the affordable price, and maybe it's not even good quality, but it's kind of to buy a pig in a pork. You never know which you're running for the cheapest price, but in turn you can get more harm than or you can be more disappointed after your purchase.
Okay. So you could give an example from your personal experience or even several examples by demonstrating all the vocabulary on the topic. So something didn't arrive on due date. So you can say on time, but on due date sounds better. Then I had a hard time returning a faulty item. Have a hard time doing something. That's good grammar. Faulty item. That's nice collocation. The seller shipped the wrong product. Okay, to ship. That's a nice verb. And I had something lost. I had my package lost. It's a causative construction. That's also good for your grammar if you use it. Okay. So why do girls like shopping?
Um, I would say that girls, they're more tend to buy. They girls more vulnerable uh, vulnerable by advertisements, and they can easily buy anything even if they don't need. Uh, so in general, um, females easily can be manipulated by both companies for attracting potential customers.
Okay, so here you could mention that shops are geared toward girls, shopping lifts their mood, or shopping is a stress reliever, or you can even make an inversion here. Not only does it lift their mood, but it is also a stress reliever for them. Okay, so how do shops attract customers?
I would say nowadays especially if it's online shopping, they use companies use new technologies, and they can even track your buying habits. So, and whenever you go online, and you will see pop up adverts which can offer you whatever you want, or even they can predict your tastes.
Yes, I can speak about this for hours because I like marketing. Well, even though I don't have a shop, but I have an online language school. So you can say they have an effective store layout. They deliver outstanding customer service. They have a strong online presence. They add a bit of urgency to their offers. You can say they make customers feel valued and appreciated. Yes, something like this. Just a few points that could be added here. Okay, well, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test. Okay.